guys, welcome to my channel, Start with Self-Care. My name is Shauna. I'm a wellness slash self-care blogger. I know I should have posted things on here a long time ago, but life happens. So I actually create blogs on my website. You can check it out at startwithselfcare.com. They're more geared towards self-care for yourself, self-care for others, beauty. There's cooking on there. There's a lot of mental health things on there. Just things that help you be the best version of yourself. So today we would like to talk about one of the blog posts that I actually have, which works very well for this time as we're going through this COVID-19 situation. My mental health for sure has been completely out of whack. I think I spent all of last week just laying in bed and feeling really bad. And I would like to say that maybe we should turn off the news a little bit just because it made me crazier. Watching the news definitely didn't help every day. It didn't ease my mind in no ways. And it actually just made me feel like the world was going to end pretty much. I was like, this is it. This is the end of it. So, yeah, pretty much that's where I am with the situation. And with all that being in mind, I was just thinking, oddly enough, I wrote a post the other day about why it is that we focus on negative things. I know for me, before this point, I am someone naturally who just geared towards worrying about everything. I got to worry about what we're going to do, what we're going to eat, where we're going to go. I like to plan everything out. So, me just being a worrisome person did not help with my anxiety at all. And I actually just wrote a post about it, just how as people we seem to focus a lot on the negative and why it is that we focus so much on negative things. I pretty much came to the conclusion that there's a lot of contributing factors to that. For example, me watching the news. We turn on the news and it's not really anything positive on there, or we talk to someone and they really never have anything positive to say. Everything is really geared towards what it is that they need to improve on or what it is that they don't like. I can call a friend up and say, hey, how are you doing? And I'm sure the response is going to be, could be better. And then you say, well, what's wrong? And then that goes down the long list of things. And as people, that's just how we are. We are complaintive in nature, it seems. And I think we should try to, be better at those things. So some of the ways that we can be better at those things is just trying to change your perspective. I like to say your perception is key and your perception is your reality. So if you're really just thinking about all of the negative things all the time, then you may have a negative outlook on everything. For example, I always wanted to be a blogger. I always wanted to start a blog. And everything gave me all the reasons in the world of why I shouldn't. What it was that was going to happen, how much scrutiny I would be under, who makes me the expert. Basically, the negative things, not just the positive, which is I would be helping other people. It's my perspective on things that someone can really utilize that information, or it really just wasn't based on me. And I think that we need to get that out of our head that we're going to worry about all the things that can go wrong and try to just focus more on the things that are going right. Be more glass half full, so to speak. What are the good things that's happening in your life? I know for me, I was working, I would say, 2 jobs last year, and I was really concerned about being a newlywed and how that would impact my marriage. And with this situation that's going on now that we pretty much all have to work from home or not work at all, what are the good things that this has created in this situation? Yes, we are all worried about, our safety, our loved ones, our health, and things of that nature, and our finances, but what are also the good things that we're getting out of this? We can literally sit around and watch the news all day and make Trump make us crazy, or we can try to focus on the things that we have control over. So I know a positive for me is I get to spend more time with my husband. I get to spend more time at home, taking care of things at home, because for me, that was a concern of mine before. So yeah, I'm not out working and doing all those things, but I do have some good things that are happening at home. So I would say be intentional about trying to focus on the positive. Um, I know that if I'm sitting around just thinking and thinking and thinking about things, that those negative thoughts can really creep into your mind. And when you see that happening, just switch the gears up. Just be intentional. Try your best to say, you know what? Yeah, this isn't going well, but I also have this going for me. That's one way of doing that. Another thing would be to surround yourself with positive people. If every time you speak to somebody they're always negative and they're always complaining, I wouldn't advise you consistently speaking to that person. And even if you are the positive energy that you're trying to transfer to that person, it could be really exhausting for you as well, because there's only so much help that you can do. The person has to really want to receive that information and really work at changing that perception for themselves. So I would say surround yourself with positive people, people that are going to be really motivating, really look at the bright side of things. I know I have a friend of mine, every time I text or call him, and I'm like, hey, how are you going? He's like, life is good. I can't complain. I'm alive and well. And I always admire that. I'm like, wow, that's a unique way to always respond to everything. Of the things that you consume, like the news, try to watch something positive. Now that we have more time at home, watch something positive. On my blog, we talk about negative biases, which is pretty much just our ability as people to really just dwell on the negative thing. And not just that, but in our mind, it makes itself true. That if everybody says something about it, it's negative, then it must be true. 99% of what we consume, what the social media says, what we watch on TV, it's always gossip or something negative. It's never really something great. And we are kind of creating a situation in our society where we are being remembered for the terrible things that we do. And that really just is not the sum of us. We are not perfect by any means. We are all a work in progress. And, being better and being the best version of yourself is really based on you putting the effort out there to create the person that you want to be. If you admire somebody, be the person that you admire. Admire yourself. Work really hard at being a better person. And if nothing else during this crisis and this situation, coming together and really working on your mental health is extremely, extremely important. This situation can really create a lot of anxiety. I know that it's caused anxiety for me, and you're worrying about your livelihood, your health, and your loved ones, and that can really, really create issues within your mental health. So now that we have the time, I would say don't push it behind, don't push it back. Really take the time to deal with the issues and the things that you're going through, because they can create problems later on in life. You may think that everything is great and you find out that you're really depressed, or you're just not happy, or you've created so much trauma, or so much trauma has happened that you just haven't dealt with, that it really creates other problems for you down the line. So I would say take the time, deal with your issues, talk to somebody if you have to. I know that they're doing counseling on the phone now. You can call someone and they can listen to you, or call your friends, call your family, FaceTime someone, let someone know how you really feel. Be honest about your stance on something, and do the work as far as what it is that you need to do to be better. Take the time to really focus on those things, because you have the time now. There's not much excuse left right now. Work on yourself and create the best version of you possible. And I would say one of the best ways to start doing that is changing your perception, trying to shift that negative mindset to a positive one. And that's my tip for today. Like I said, you can check out my website, startwithselfcare.com. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you later.